Mohila.
On April 26, 1986, a catastrophe unlike anything the world has ever seen took place on the nuclear plant called Chernobyl. During a routine safety check, multiple failures of machinery to human error that led to the largest meltdown in history in Ukraine. In response, several hundred people called liquidators were sent in to help the cleaning effort and prevent further damage. The thing causing all that damage was called the elephant's foot. It was like something that the world has never seen before because a reactor had never melted down this bad. The elephant's foot was made of a brand new material called corium that was a mix of the nuclear reactor as well as all the rebar and cement. The elephant's foot was immediately after the meltdown was 1600 to 2600 Celsius, according to Stanford University, and needed to be cooled. The reason it couldn't be removed was because it was 10 feet wide and 6.6 feet long, and weighed about 2 tons with everything combined. They sent down 3 liquidators named Alexei, Valery, and Boris, who needed to cool down the reactor. Originally, they were part of the nuclear reactor staff and used their expertise to wade their way through the flooded reactor and eventually find the valves to completely flood the reactor and cool it down. They had believed that when they went down that they would die because no one had ever experienced this much radiation and been in direct contact with it. When they went down, most of the power was shut out, so what they did was they went down with flashlights and worked in complete darkness, and because a few pipes had already burst, they had to slog through a lot of water. Now, this is pretty depressing, so the inspirational part is when we went down to Chernobyl, we used it as a source of lots of information and things to learn. To protect the surrounding area, they learned that they set up an exclusion zone that was 30 kilometers. And although it was a tragedy, the world used this as a learning experience to add more safety features to all reactors and to how to prevent this from future incidents. Though the 3 men that were sent down there were expected to die, we used this as a learning experience and learned that they actually survived because of the water that was already down there was a great insulator for radiation. Now, the story of the Chernobyl liquidators, especially the heroes Alexei, Valery, and Boris, is one of courage and selflessness. These men acted because they understood what was at stake and they needed to protect the world, knowing death was likely inevitable. The bravery that they helped prevented an already devastating disaster from becoming worse. While Chernobyl stands as a reminder of human error and technological failure, it also shines a light of human strength and human spirit. In honoring the liquidators, we remember that in face of fear and uncertainty, courage can prevail, and sometimes that heroism walking into the darkness so others don't have to.